Hi, I'm Cherie, cosmetic chemist, science educator, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am super excited for today's video. It is going to be a little Olive Young haul. I got some of the most viral, popular, best-selling products in South Korea right now, alongside some ingredients, and I also have a device that I want to talk about, which has been blowing up all over the world, I would say, and I'm very, very excited to kind of dabble into these products, talk about them, and essentially give my first impressions. So I would say it's been about 2.5 weeks since I've started using all of these products, as well as the device that I'm going to be talking about today. So without further ado, let's get into the video. It makes sense that we just go in order of application and when I would use these products. The first product that I picked up, the Arencia Fresh Green Cleanser. So this is what it looks like straight out of the box. It has a lovely, lovely sort of bougie packaging. Now this cleanser is claiming to be here an ultimate all-in-one cleanser. It's supposed to be a daily cleanser, a facial scrub, and a makeup remover in one. And their sort of slogan here is no need to double cleanse. And what they're claiming this to be, not only to be an all-in-one cleanser, it's meant to be no need for double cleansing. You can remove your makeup as well as use this as a second cleanse. It does it all in one go. But most importantly, it's supposed to have a signature mochi soap texture, and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like straight out of the packaging. I would say on the website it looks a lot more green than in person, because in person it's like a greeny browny muddy-ish color, but this is the texture of it. As you can see, I've made a good sizable dent into the product and it smells lovely. It smells like a fresh garden of flowers. It smells incredible. Now, from my personal experience, when it comes to their claim of using this and it's supposed to replace double cleansing, essentially replacing like your oil cleanser or your micellar water, whatever you use as a first cleanse, and be a sufficient enough cleanser to both remove your makeup and your sunscreen, your waterproof sunscreen, also act as a second cleanse as well for water-based impurities. I have to say that it wasn't the all-in-one magical cleanser that they're claiming it to be, and I'll probably insert a video clip of me using it on a full face of makeup. My makeup was removed. Granted, it removed my makeup, but it was just too much. It was too much. I felt that at the end, both my sister and I used this, and at the end of cleansing our face with this, our faces were left, especially our cheeks, they were both left red and flushed for a few minutes before it calmed down. And we both didn't really enjoy that experience. So in my personal experience, in my sister's experience, we wouldn't use this to double cleanse. But one thing that I have been loving this for is the second cleanse or the morning cleanse. And it is really, really, really enjoyable. And it's super gentle. For a second cleanse, I love this. I've been using this practically every single night since I've got it. And I haven't experienced that redness and irritation from when I did use it as a first cleanse. So yeah, first cleanse is a bit disappointing. Oh, and I forgot to mention that it did not remove my waterproof mascara and waterproof eye makeup. This one is really, really packed with all the different plant extracts that you can find. And you'll often see that in Korean and Asian skincare, the use of plant extracts is really, really just through the roof compared to over here in Western skincare. And that's not necessarily to say it's any better or any worse. In fact, I think some people who are really, really hypersensitive may find that all these plant and flower extracts are a little bit sensitizing. But plant extracts are rich in antioxidants, anti-inflammatory properties and compounds, and that's why they're really, really jam-packed in sort of the Asian skincare world. So this primarily uses anionic surfactants, and some of these anionic surfactants are really, really good at providing that rich, creamy lather that this product really does give. It gives a really nice, luscious, velvety, creamy lather. It's a little bit on the sticky side, but in a really, really nice way, and it washes off sublime. So I do like the mixture of anionic surfactants. And then aside from the anionic surfactants, we have what it boasts. It has the rice powder, which is going to provide that gentle exfoliation. It's also got glycerin as the first ingredient as opposed to water. So water is the second ingredient, but glycerin is the first. And I've got to say, when this rinses off, it rinses off and it leaves your skin feeling really, really soft and supple, partly because of the very, very slight physical exfoliation, but also because this is mostly a glycerin-based formulation. So it's going to give you that hydration at the end, which I absolutely adore in this cleanser because I feel my skin is really soft and supple and hydrated and non-stripped. All in all, I've been loving this cleanser. I think it's a really sort of unique cleanser. I highly recommend it if you want to have a more fun cleansing experience. I personally find that cleansing is like the most boring part of my skincare routine, and if you are someone who just like wants to spice up your cleansing and make it more fun and enjoyable again, then this is a product that you definitely should check out. Okay, now let's move on to toners, and I only picked up one toner, the toner that has been going really viral, as well as a particular ingredient in this toner that has been gaining in popularity over the past few months. It's this one from Heveblue. This is the Salmon Caring Centella toner, and in fact this one came in a set. I love Olive Young because you always get 2 for 1s or a little mini of something else. So this one had the Salmon Caring Centella toner as well as the Salmon Caring Centella cream. I'm thinking about whether I want to get the full size or not, so I'll just really talk about the toner today. And this is what the bottle looks like. You can see I've used quite a bit in the past like 2.5 weeks. Now I'm going to do it the other way around. This time I'm going to go into the nitty-bitty of the ingredients and then talk about my experience, because I think you guys all want to know about salmon DNA, PDRN, and all of that sort of stuff that's been blowing up over on socials. I know that what's really popular now is salmon injections, so salmon DNA injections. From the rise of the salmon DNA injections that are really popular now in South Korea, then now has come out with salmon DNA in cosmetic products. Now, salmon DNA in cosmetic products is not as new as you guys may think. It's actually been around for quite a long time, but it's more so been around in very sort of luxury skincare brands that you wouldn't really see on your normal everyday counters when you go shopping. So let's just dive a smidge into salmon DNA. So what is salmon DNA? So salmon DNA, otherwise known as salmon PDRN, which stands for polydeoxyribonucleotide, otherwise known as, in some chemical manufacturing places, they also call it salmon caviar extract or salmon egg extract. So these are all sort of interchangeable names for salmon DNA, is actually DNA that comes from the sperm of salmon. Yes, I said it. That is what salmon DNA is, and why they normally extract the DNA from salmon sperm is because it has significantly less contaminants than from, for example, just a random cell in the salmon fish, okay? So that's why they take the sperm extract. It has the highest concentration of beneficial ingredients with the least contamination. So while the research into salmon DNA as a topical benefit for skincare is in its infancy, there is some research into salmon DNA and its general overall benefit, and that's more so for medical use than it is in topical cosmetics. However, I just wanted to note some of the improvements that salmon DNA has been shown to have. So it has been shown to improve skin elasticity as well as increase collagen synthesis. It's also been shown to decrease transepidermal water loss from the surface layers of the skin. It's also been shown to be a good anti-inflammatory agent, and it's also been shown to improve skin texture. But when it comes to salmon DNA in cosmetic products, I would say it's wouldn't say it's fully gimmicky, but you definitely can't expect the level of improvement of your skin as opposed to if you were to directly inject your skin with salmon DNA. However, I do see it's a rising popular ingredient. It's sort of what we like to call in cosmetics and manufacturing the fairy dust ingredient. It's the ingredient that is going to be, all the claims are going to be made about the ingredient, but it's not necessarily doing the hard work of the product that you're using. So what this product is claiming to do, the salmon toner softly smooths rough skin textures. It's supposed to hydrate sensitive skin and dry skin from within. The formula is actually quite simple, and it looks very similar to many other Korean toner formulations, with the only difference being the salmon egg extract added in here. But what's doing the main hard work is in fact the Centella asiatica. It's packed at a very high concentration of 29,400 parts per million, and as we all know, Centella asiatica is great for soothing, calming, redness, inflammation, irritation, and that's really doing like the most work. And then alongside that, we've got butylene glycol and propane diol as the key humectants in the formula, also giving it a nice silky, slippery feel. And then we have the salmon egg extract at approximately 3%, which is within the lines and the margins of how much salmon egg extract you should be using in topical cosmetic formulations anyway, so I don't really have a problem with that. But in terms of like this toner and what it's claiming with texture and this, that, and the other, after using it for like 2.5 weeks, I don't think it's like a wow toner. I don't think this is a toner that just has changed my mind about all the other toners that I've used so far. All toners in general, especially like the hydrating ones, not the stripping alcohol ones, but the hydrating ones, are all going to help with improving skin texture one way or another, because they're going to help with hydration. And hydration of your skin naturally improves your skin's exfoliation rate. But with this toner, and it's specifically trying to target texture, I just feel like it's a bit too far-fetched of a marketing claim for me personally. If you had combo and oily skin, you would enjoy it more than if you had drier skin. So it's saying that it helps with dry skin, but I feel that you would need to do quite a substantial amount of layers of this to feel that it's really adequately hydrating your skin. I will finish the bottle and then I won't repurchase this. Next up in the serum category, I have this one from ISOI. This is the Blemish Care Up Serum, and this is what the packaging looks like. The packaging was so nice. It came with both the Blemish Care Serum as well as the Blemish Care Cream. I'm not going to talk too much about the cream because it's literally only 5 ml and I haven't even tried it yet, but the serum is super popular in Korea. It's like #1 bestseller for 11 years, Olive Young is claiming. It's supposed to do it all and more, reduce blemishes, improve skin tone, texture, and transparency. Already halfway through the bottle and it's only been 2.5 weeks. I'm literally halfway, just under halfway through the bottle. This is quite a spenny product. I have to say that Korean skincare is generally like more on the affordable side, but this bad boy is quite up there in terms of price, and I had really high expectations for this serum and what it's claiming to do. Now, what I will say is that my first impressions are obviously going to be very limited. I think I at least need to get through one bottle to summarize my opinion on this product, because it's claiming to do a lot of things: get rid of imperfections, improve hyperpigmentation, skin tone, clarity, etc, etc. And all I can say so far is a really nice, refreshing serum. I don't think I've seen any improvement in terms of like my skin tone and transparency. I think I need to go through a lot more bottles to kind of ascertain whether it's actually doing anything. But in terms of texture and how refreshing this feels on the skin, it's really nice. In fact, I'm just going to show you guys on camera. So that's what it looks like straight pumped out. And as you can see, it has a refreshing, watery, gel-like texture, and it is really nice and cooling on the skin. It has a really strong rose fragrance. I mean, duh, it's a rose serum, but I just had to mention that because some rose serums or rose-based serums and products I've tried don't really smell so strong. This one has a very strong scent of rose and just like rose oil. So if you're not into that smell, then this probably isn't for you. I love how when you apply it to your skin, it's a product that very quickly absorbs. And I've noticed that with all the products that I've at least purchased from Olive Young, which apparently are really popular in South Korea, there is a trend of the products absorbing really quickly, as opposed to the Korean products that have been marketed to the Western audience. They seem to leave more of like the dewier finish on the skin, whereas all of these so-called really popular Korean skincare products, I've noticed they absorb a lot quicker into the skin and they have more of a natural glow from within finish, as opposed to a really hydrated, wet, glowy, dewy sort of glass skin look. Let's dive into the ingredients list. The ingredients list and the claims don't really add up in my opinion. For it to claim to improve and tackle sort of like blemishes and hyperpigmentation, I would have liked to see more sort of strong, clinically researched ingredients in this formula. Just looking at the formula, we've got water, we've got the rose flower water as well, glycerin, which is nice. Glycerin is a really nice hydrating humectant, and I prefer glycerin over hyaluronic acid. I think it's a much more versatile and well-rounded humectant as opposed to hyaluronic acid. Some people claim to have sensitivities with hyaluronic acid. With glycerin, there's like little to no complaints about sensitivity. The only brightening ingredient, like solid brightening ingredient that they've got in here is arbutin, but it doesn't give the concentration of the arbutin in here. After that, we've got betaine, trehalose, which is a really nice hydrating humectant as well. The rose flower oil, which can be an irritant to some who have really sensitive skin. or if you're just sensitive to rose oil. So that's something to be aware of. It has got sea buckthorn extract, which is actually one of my favorite ingredients for improving your skin tone, so in evening your skin tone. So I do like that. And then aside from that, it's just a whole bunch of extract. It goes on and on and on. It's got peony flower and it's even got licorice, but licorice is literally like one of the last ingredients. So as far as its claims go and then what's going on in the formula, it doesn't really seem to add up, in my opinion, of how it's supposed to do all these magical things. And yet the only substantial ingredients that we have in here that have been known and shown to improve, for example, hyperpigmentation, is arbutin. And being licorice being the very last ingredient, I doubt it's going to be really doing anything in this formula. So yeah, I am quite surprised that this has been a bestseller in South Korea for so long, for over a decade. But if people seem to be enjoying it and claiming that it's been doing wonders for their skin, then maybe I just have to finish the bottle and then give an updated opinion on how it's worked for me or not. I purchased not one, but 2 serums in my Olive Young haul, and this is the next serum that I purchased. This is the Arencia Holy Hyssop Serum 30, and yes, it's in a tub, it's not in a tube bottle, and I find that just like really fun. Again, I just love the packaging of the Arencia products. I think that's kind of like what drew me in, if I have to be honest. This is the cleanser and this is the serum, and they're so cute together. They look really nice on my bathroom shelf. So let's talk about product claims and what it's meant to do for the skin. It's saying it's a rare deep teal Arencia serum, and I'll show you an overlay clip of the look of it because it's so stunning. Literally looks like the sea. It's a comfortable yet powerful for the skin. It's meant to be a product that's proven through human application tests, providing brightening and wrinkle improvement effects. And after 2 weeks of use, apparently it showed improvement in freckles, blemishes, and visible dark spots, and just overall evening the skin tone. But I've been thoroughly enjoying this serum. So as you can see from the texture, it's a jelly texture. It's almost like everything I wanted the Medicube collagen jelly cream to be, and it turned out not to be. It's like if the Medicube were to come out with a corresponding product that would work with their device, it should have been this, you know, not their collagen jelly cream. I'm so sorry to say, but that cream is just not it. It's very sticky, and this one is not. So it kind of gives the appearance that it could be a very sticky gel, but it's not. It's very lightweight. It's very refreshing. Once it absorbs into the skin, it leaves your skin feeling really soft and supple. No stickiness whatsoever. And the ingredients don't let me down in this serum, unlike the ISOI serum, which is just, I wouldn't say it lets me down, but it's a little bit challenging to see where the claims are coming from. Whereas in this serum, I feel like the claims really sort of live up to what's in the actual formula, what's in the inky list. It's got water, butylene glycol, propanediol, glycerin, so a bunch of humectants at the beginning. Then we come into the niacinamide. So I personally like niacinamide in my skincare routine. I know some people are a bit sensitive to niacinamide or don't like niacinamide. I love niacinamide. I think niacinamide, especially for someone like me, I have clog prone skin. It's also got a whole load of thickener ingredients, of course, because it's a gel. It's also got so many different types of hyaluronic acid, so many different molecular weights of hyaluronic acid. It's also got not only ascorbic acid, so the pure form of vitamin C, but it's also got, I think, 3 other derivatives. So we have 3-O-ethyl ascorbic acid, sodium ascorbyl phosphate, which is great for blemish prone skin, by the way, and it's also got ascorbyl glucoside. And I like how it's a mixture, so it's not just relying on the one vitamin C. So you know how other serums are marketed as vitamin C serums, and sometimes they can be more on the sensitizing side, especially if you have easily sensitive, unsensitized skin. Vitamin C can be quite strong. This one's got pure ascorbic acid alongside 3 other derivatives, and it is not strong. Like I don't even feel that I'm using a vitamin C type product on my face. We've also got rice extract, which has been shown to have some good brightening benefit. After using this product, my skin does feel temporarily a little bit more like, a little bit more, especially with my device. I find that the product actually really works to give my skin a glow, give my skin that lift, and it just works so well with my Medicube device. I think that it has the potential to have the benefits that it's claiming to have. Obviously, I haven't used it for that long, so I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, like my dark marks just disappeared in like 2 weeks. No, but it has a potential to fade dark marks, to improve and even the skin tone, and that's why I've been really enjoying it so far, and I look forward to long-term results with this serum. And finally, let's talk this S.NATURE cream that I got. When I mean finally, I am going to talk about the device soon, but I'm just finishing off with like the topical products. This is from S.NATURE. This is called the Aqua Squalane Moisturising Cream. It won #1 at Olive Young, and apparently it's like super popular and everybody buys it and everybody loves it. Let's talk about what it claims to do. So it says, for seasons, deeply hydrating, dewy glow, sebum balancing, and pore tightening. It's claiming that it gives flawless, smooth skin. This is what the packaging looks like, by the way. I've just been like waving it about. So that's what it looks like. Again, it came in like a 2-in-1. So I have a travel size here, mini, with me as well in the box. And it's a #1 moisturizer that specifically is just for improving your moisture content, for inner skin hydration, for balancing your sebum production, which I think a lot of moisturizers do that, to be fair. And some of the like key sort of selling points, the unique selling points are, it's not meant to feel sticky or heavy on the skin. It's also not meant to make your face like more oily and shiny, because it's supposed to control sebum production. And it's perfect for men, women, sort of all genders, all skin types, and supposed to give you a really nice dewy complexion and a dewy glow. Now, as for ingredients, this one is really a squalane based formula. It's an oil in water emulsion. So it starts off with water, then it has squalane at 150,000 parts per million. Now, some people might find that the squalane in here, although squalane is not really sort of pore clogging or a problematic oil as such, in a high concentration it can be problematic for some. And I think I've seen over on TikTok some people not having the best experience, especially for those with like really heavily clog prone skin, using this product. If you are on the more very oily side, very clog prone side, maybe I suggest going for a more watery based formula as opposed to this one, because this is quite a substantial oil and water formula. So aside from that, it's got glycerin, which is great for hydrating the skin, betaine, panthenol, you know the drill. It's got hydrolyzed collagen. It's also got all different types, 8 types, I think, of hyaluronic acids, 8 different molecular weights of hyaluronic acid. And it's got the acetohexapeptide 8. I believe this is the only peptide in the formula. Acetohexapeptide 8 has really nice water binding properties. It's the one that they like to call the Botox in a jar, but it's not Botox in a jar, but it's been dubbed as Botox in a jar. It helps reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, and it's a neurotransmitter inhibiting peptide, so it's going to really help with the sort of like facial expression, lines and fine lines and stuff like that. So that's the only peptide I believe that's in this formula. Aside from that, it's got adenosine. It's also got the xylitol glucoside and hydroxylitol and xylitol. That makes up a Quaxil. This is a really nice moisturizer. I think this moisturizer would work for someone with combo skin, for someone with dehydrated skin, not necessarily for someone with like the most oiliest skin type. Like I said, I'm not really sure if it will work for you, but for your regular, normal, combo, dehydrated skin, and even dry skin may really enjoy this more in the sort of spring, summer months. I think if you have really dry skin, that you would actually benefit from a proper, nourishing, cream, rich formula. This one is like a medium richness, if you know what I mean. I may not be the target audience to ascertain the claim of whether it's going to be wrinkle lifting and stuff like that. As for the ingredients, it's only got the one peptide that is really going to be sort of working in that area, in that field of the expression lines and the wrinkles. If they were to have used a complex or a delivery system or more peptides together, a bit like the COSRX peptide serum, I think that the claim may be a little bit more justified. But it is all in all a really nice moisturizer. If you're looking for, again, a new moisturizer that you want to try and you want to give this one really popular one a go, you can. But I don't think it's anything to be like wowed and raved about, in my personal opinion. Hey guys, I just wanted to say this is the end of the video. I just started editing and realized that if I included the Medicube device and talking about it, the video would end up being like a whole hour long. So I think the best thing is to split it up into part 1 and part 2. So wait for part 2. Part 2 is coming out in a few days after I post this video. I apologize, but I think you guys would prefer not to listen to me blabber on for 1 whole hour.